Hello there, welcome to Night's Arcade. I'm Sleepless Night, for those of you who don't know. We're going to take a little bit of a break from Outer Wilds today because Rare have just released another update for Sea of Thieves. The first of what they are now promising will be monthly content updates, so we are going to check it out. We're going to miss the dock because I always do when the ship's that far away. I haven't actually moored the ship that far away, by the way. That's just where it spawned me in. So, yeah. So we're going inside. I should point out, right at this moment, this is not a guide. Okay? The reason I say that this is not a guide is because I am on my own, in a sloop. This update has just been released yesterday, as I'm recording this. And so the seas will be absolutely full of other pirates doing this. And what they know about this particular update is it's called Black Powder Stashes for a reason, because you'll be digging up gunpowder barrels. And they know you have gunpowder barrels aboard. You might even have a stronghold barrel aboard. So the very least they're going to do is try and take that from you. The worst that they'll do is try and blow it up. And I don't know any of you that aren't that familiar with Sea of Thieves, if you've never seen a stronghold barrel go up, yeah, that's... You ain't saving a ship from that, I can tell you. And you're going to get blown off the face of the earth. So, anyway, so, yeah, I'm by myself. Just me and my shipmate, Sundae here. Sundae the banana. That's me and Sundae. And if you've ever seen me play close quarters PvP in Sea of Thieves, which you probably haven't, actually, but trust me, I've been playing this game for a year, and I still absolutely suck at close quarters PvP. So, I'm going to tell you all about what Black Powder Stashes is, and yeah, we are going to run through some stuff. I'm going to show you, what it's all about, and in the menus and things like that. But I'm not calling it a guide, because very, very likely I'm going to get killed along the way. Okay? But all that when we come back. So, come on, Sunday, let's get on with this. Let's go see Duke. So here's Duke, who gives you the Bilge Rat adventures, and if you click here and browse Duke's stock, yes, the open seas, blah, 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 blah. So now you have two different kinds of mercenary quests. You have these, which are Black Powder Smugglers runs. You have one for the wilds, one for the ancient isles, and one for the shores of plenty. Then you have Reaper's Black Powder runs, one to the east and one to the west. Rare says that they've done this to make sure that if there are two people on different runs, they're going to cross paths at some point. And basically, you're going from east to the east or to the west, depending on which one of these you get. And you're going on a Black Powder run, which is to forts. So as you see there, it's you have to raid 4 forts from Keel Hall to Crow's Nest. So you raid the entire fort, and you're taking the skeleton's gunpowder, and you'll dig up merchants' crates, and have guaranteed stronghold kegs, which can be sold. Excuse me. The powder kegs can be sold for the purposes of this update. They can be sold to any of the guilds. So you don't just have to sell the powder kegs to the merchants alliance now. You can sell them to the gold hoarders, or you can sell them to the Order of Souls. I don't know if you can sell them to the Hunter's Call. I don't think so. At least it's not mentioned, as far as I'm aware. But yeah, the Gold Hoarders, the Order of Souls, and the Merchant Alliance are all taking these gunpowder kegs and stronghold kegs that you'll get from these missions. Now, the rewards for these are, apart from the gold and the doubloons, Mercenary Figurehead. So that requires the Master Black Powder Smuggler Commendation, which I think means you have to do one of each or 3 of each, I'm not sure. The Inevitable Reaper Flag, Legendary Eastward Black Powder Reaper, so that means I guess you've got to do probably 3. I don't know, somewhere in there. If you look in his commendations, which I will in a moment, it'll show you what you get those commendations for. So we aren't going to be doing that because, it's just me and the Sitting Duck and, at the aptly named Sitting Duck, which is what my ship is named, and Sunday. So we're just going to be doing a Black Powder Smugglers run, and we're going to do Black Powder Smugglers run of the Shores of Plenty, because that's where we are at the moment. Always get, if you wherever you are with you, get the one that's in the area of the map that you happen to be in. So if you're in the wilds, if you're at, Daggertooth Outpost or Galleon's Grave, get the Black Powder Smuggler's Run of the Wilds, and it'll be sending you to islands in the wilds. If you're at Plunder Outpost or Ancient Spire, get the one for the Ancient Isles. But, if you're at Golden Sands or Sanctuary Outpost, and where am I am at Sanctuary Outpost at the moment, so there we go. So that's what we're going to... But anyway, any of those, and you're going to get these things. Now, it's a bit of a gamble, because if I show you here...
Do something.
Let's just go out of here, because it's noisy in that tavern. Let's just go into the reputation here. We're going to the bilge rats when it loads. Bilge rats. So, mercenary voyages, right? So here, it will explain to you. So... this is the legendary Eastward Black Powder Reaper. So this is what you had to do to get the cosmetic items, the various cosmetic items. So Reaper's Black Powder run to the east, flying the Reaper's mark 3 times. Okay, so you have to do that 3 times to get this commendation, which will earn you 50 doubloons. Now, these are a bit of a gamble if you want to earn doubloons. I do want to earn doubloons because, I'm planning to do an ultimate review of this game, but I won't do that until I've reached Pirate Legend. But I took so much time off Sea of Thieves. I've been playing it for a year, but I took a large portion of time off to do Fallout 76 and Red Dead Redemption and stuff. So I took so much time off that, I'm still not Pirate Legend. So I'm just using doubloons to help me level faster and, as well as the leveling that I'm done. But these do sort of help. So it's a bit of a gamble because, yes, you'll earn 10 doubloons for completing the Black Powder Smuggler's Run of the Shores of Plenty. So that's what I'll earn, 10 doubloons, if I successfully complete this voyage. But it'll cost me 5 doubloons to purchase the voyage in the first place. So, you can get 10 doubloons for each of these, but what you're getting really is 5 doubloons if you complete it. Now, complete Black Powder Smugglers runs in all 3 original regions, so if you do all 3, you get an extra 25 doubloons there. The Athena's Black Powder one I can't do, because you have to be, Pirate Legend to do that. But that's what... So we're going to do the one for the Shores of Plenty. And it is, it is a risk, like I said, especially at the moment, because this is new. Now... you can see that I haven't purchased any of these yet, or I haven't got those. That's because I don't know, because I haven't done them in the main game because they just came out, but I have done them on the Insider build. So I've completed a couple of these on the Insider build. So we're going to go to Duke.
Here's to the open sea.
We're going to browse Duke's stock. And we're going to get the I nearly bought the Wilds one. Then the Black Powder Smuggler's Run of the Shores of Plenty. Now, the other thing is that because I'm making a video... as I'm doing this, which I'm normally not when I do this sort of thing. I'm going to try to make it as quick as I reasonably can. Not only because of the fact that I don't want to take forever to do this. I can't make that ladder from here. What? Oh, I can, look at that. Not only because I don't want to take forever to do this, but also because I got a 5-week-old son who's only just gone down for a sleep after having had a bottle, and he's like, he could wake up at any moment. So, or he might sleep for the next couple of hours. Who knows? So we proposed the voyage, which is there. Black Powder Smuggler's Run of the Shores of Plenty. Vote for the voyage. Ta-da. So... Yes. Da, da, da. Yeah, we know all about it. So what you're going to get, you open up your wheel, and you've got 3 maps, okay? On each one of these maps, there we go. You've got 2 things buried there, possibly black powder barrels, but they're not all waste. They could be merchant crates, crates of tea or spices or something. Get another one there with another 2. And then there's another one at Smuggler's Bay. I think that's Smuggler's Bay. Yeah, Smuggler's Bay. And that's got 3 on it. Now... let's see, what have we got? It'll be a little bit tricky. That one is Lone Cove, I can tell you that now. That one... Oh, god damn. Twin Groves, I think? Not sure. That one there is Smuggler's Bay. Now, Smuggler's Bay, for a damn sure, you're going to get attacked by a cannon when you go in there. So it's probably best to go in there first, dig these 3 up, and then get out, because you don't want to be full of You don't want to be full of black powder barrels when you sail into Smuggler's Bay and get shot at by the cannon, which is right in the middle of the island, firing at you as you go into that sort of bay there. So you don't want to be full of black powder barrels when you do that, if possible, when you get fired on. So, but you never know. Anything could go wrong. Now, once you've completed these, if you dig up all of these, right? So 2, 4, 7, right? So we got 7 black powder chests or merchant crates or whatever they are to dig up. But once you've done that, you get, see it said chapter 1 there, what you'll get then is a second stage to the smuggler's run, which will then send you to one location, and that one location will have a stronghold gunpowder keg. Okay? And the stronghold gunpowder kegs are worth a lot more money, and they're very much more explosive. Oh, let me just check where I'm going here. So, what we've got... Run around. Yeah, so there you go, Twin Groves. So I was right, that was Twin Groves. And Lone Cove was another one, I know. There we go, with Lone Cove. You get to know these islands after a while, you've been sailing the seas long enough. And then Smuggler's Bay. So Smuggler's Bay is where we're going first, so we're just going directly north, pretty much pointed in the direction that we are now, actually. And we're going to hope that nobody else is there waiting for us. Waiting to kill us, because if anybody is there waiting to kill me, I can assure you that that is exactly what they will do, because I die easy. Boosh. Thing about Smuggler's Bay, it's easy to spot once you get close enough. There is a skeleton ship there. There it is. Skellywig ship in the distance. The other thing is, of course, you're carrying black powder barrels. You really don't want to be sailing through storms when you've got an entire ship loaded with gunpowder. That is a real bad idea. You can take it from me and long experience. That's not a good idea. Let's put a flag up. I put a flag up, by the way. I don't know how many of the rest of you do this. These little lines of wind, you know, it's not difficult to see which way they're blowing. Oops. Uh-oh. That was stupid. Yeah, Tim been playing Outer Wild. Controls have all gone. Never takes long for me to forget all the controls to a game. I was only playing this about 4 days ago, but... Okay. So we put up a flag, we put on the Bill Trap flag, because that's what you normally do. Put up a flag, and although these little white windy lines are not that difficult to sort of spot and see where they're all going, I find it's much easier and quicker to determine which direction the wind is blowing by looking at the flag and turning your sail accordingly. We're sailing directly into the wind at the moment, so we've got no choice in the matter. Sorry about this, Sunday. Man's got to eat. Now, the black powder runs, they're not the only things that are coming with this update. The cosmetics and the accommodations and reward. The Hunter's Call rewards for fishing and trading with the Hunter's Call there, turning in your fish, they've all been increased, so that's been... There's a lot of rebalancing sort of gone on. Okay. Shipwreck rewards. Diving into sunken shipwrecks, players now have the chance to find gunpowder kegs, resource crates, and even mermaid gems in addition to other previously found rewards. They've improved resource crates, apparently, so players are more likely to find fruit, cannonball, and wooden plank resource crates that washed up on the beaches across the world, which not only will garner you a lot of money when you turn those in with the Merchant Alliance, but quite often if you pick up a message in a bottle that has a quest in it, for, you know, cannonballs, fruit crates and things like that. Quite often, if you just pick one up whenever you find it, you can usually find somewhere to turn those in. They've also increased the frequency, dramatically increased the frequency. If it's anything like what I saw on the Insiders build, they've dramatically increased the frequency of mermaid gems. Mermaid gems will now wash up on shore, so you'll find them on beaches and stuff like that. You won't always have to kill mermaids, and it's quite a lucrative sort of thing, because, you know, even the lowliest mermaid gem, the sapphire one, is worth 1,000 gold, so, you know, Right, we're going to get shot at when we go into this place, because we always do. I could, like, I suppose I could pull up on the side, but I always just like to go into the bay here, really. But you do pretty much always get shot at. Why we haven't been shot at yet, God only knows. Your guess is as good as mine, frankly. But we haven't been, for some reason. Now, is that a rowboat that I saw on a beach? Yes, an intact rowboat. Good, good, good. Jolly good. Well, in that case, since there's a rowboat there, I think I'll just turn her around here and bring the rowboat out when we want to go. Turn her around. Turn the ship around. Come on. So there we go, we're all turned round and ready to leave. Don't drop the anchor unless you absolutely have to, you know, obviously. I mean, quite often what I will do if I want to make a sudden stop and I'm in a hurry, I'll drop the anchor and then raise the anchor again because, you know, cutting your sail to sort of gently glide in, yes, it requires a great deal of skill to sort of get it exactly right when you're coming up to a thing, and that's all very well and good, and I do that often enough. But when you're in a hurry, slowly coasting in at a gentle speed takes way, 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 way longer than just dropping the anchor exactly where you need to. Sailing in full pelt, dropping the anchor where you need to be, and then just lifting the sail and raising it again. I find that's far faster. But yeah, try to leave the anchor up if you can. Whoosh. Sword lunge. I'm going to do these ones at the top first, because I think that one over on that beach is going to be pretty easy to find. Oh god, it's round on the other side of the bloody rocks. Or up on that cliff, I should say. Which is a bit of a pain. Now, if we suddenly hear cannons going off, it means some skellywig has manned the cannon and is shooting at my ship, trying to sink it. I don't really want that to happen, but, you know, you don't always get a lot of choice in these things. So we'll see, won't we? Whoop, there we go. Found the first one. And the skellywig, go on here. No, you don't. Keep that banana in your pocket, or wherever you skellywigs keep things. Yeah. Right, so we got one crate. That's there. Oops, where's the other thing? Up, what, even closer? On top of the rock? Oop. Thank you for highlighting where that chest was. Without you, I could have been here all week. So there, you know. Now, so they're not all, as I said before, these chests are not all, you know, gunpowder stashes. In fact, I haven't found a gunpowder stash yet. These have all been other things. Then you've got to cart them all the way back down the island. It's a bit of a pain in the arse, but, you know. It's gold. What we do for our gold. So I'm going to cart them down to the rowboat, and then we'll go see if we can fetch the other one. Join me in a moment. That took me so long, because I quite often forget just how absolutely enormous this island really is. This one should be a bit easier, I hope. Rocks. Right about here somewhere, I think. There we go. Boom. That one was certainly easier. Oh. These cowardly blighters has come up behind me. There we go. So we're going to take our rowboat now and head on to the next island, which will be Lone Cove, if we're going southward. This is what I was talking about before. Here. See, look. Drop that. But then just raise the anchor back up again so that you're ready to go. All you got to do is drop the sail. Most of the time it's not a problem, but you know, if you need to make a quick getaway, that's what you're going to do. So this one should be a bit easier. It's on this beach here to the west. This beach, I have to say though, normally is crawling with skeletons. They pop up like clockwork on this beach on Lone Cove. And I really could do with some food. Will do. Okay, no. Right, so this should be a bit more straightforward. So the big beach on the west there. That little thing. So then we're going all the way over here. Okay. Should be right about here somewhere. There we go. And up they pop. Hello, boys. There we go. Bloody skeletons. No respect. For a simple pirate. Trying to do an honest day of looting. Right, and then the next one should be up and around this corner, I think. Around this path. Oh, just walked straight over a snake. That's a bit of a miracle that didn't bite me, to be honest. Somewhere on the other side of this rock, maybe? There we go. Boom. Oh, that one's the first powder one we've come across so far. So, you know, goes without saying, if a skeleton pops up with a gun, well, any skeleton really, because all they've got to do is... all they've got to do is claw at you, and you are doomed. But, you know, be especially wary of skeletons with guns at times when you are carrying a gunpowder keg. Because those are the times when you're going to go boom. I'll just stash this aboard the ship as quickly as I can. As I said, this beach here usually crawls with skeletons. They pop up like clockwork around here. Oops. So the next one, we've got Twin Groves. Twin Groves is down here. Way the hell down there. So what we're going to do is drop these at Sanctuary, and then head on down to Twin Groves, and then drop those at Golden Sands. no need for you to join me for this entire thing, you know? Just pop along when you can. I'll wake you up in time to tea. What? Here we are. Sanctuary outpost. Now, as I said, you know, one of the things, get rid of the gunpowder barrel first. It is always handy to keep a gunpowder barrel on your ship in case you need to blow somebody up. But as you'll see, look, the gunpowder barrels in particular, I don't know about the rest of the crates, but the gunpowder barrels that you pick up on these missions, supposedly, according to Rare, can be sold to any of the factions. So, there you go. Sure enough, Humphrey the Hoarder, sell gunpowder barrel. Madame Olive, sell gunpowder barrel. So you can sell the gunpowder barrel to Madame Olive. Doesn't, you know, make you a great deal of money, but whatever. The merchant's crate, though, I'm not so sure. I don't think you can with... Oops. I don't think you can with those. But we'll test it now, shall we? How about that? Let's first just get all this stuff off the ship, because it drives me nuts to have to keep killing back every time. So, oh, we're going to see. So obviously we can sell these to the Merchants Alliance. I don't think the other things that you dig up as part of this quest, I'm not sure that you can sell. I think it's just the gunpowder barrels. So, like, no, you see, they won't take the other crates that you dig up. You have to sell all the others to the Merchants Alliance. But the gunpowder barrels you can sell to anybody. And that's particularly handy if you're trying to level with any of the other guilds beside the Merchants Alliance. Because a stronghold powder barrel, of course, is worth quite a lot of money. And the more, general rule in this game is the more something is worth in gold, the more reputation gain you will get for turning it in. There we go. So we turned all those in. And now we are going to Twin Groves, which is to the southeast of where we are now. We can turn this big ass boat around. So these are on this part of the island here, both between and next to that rock. So that's one is here. It's a gunpowder keg, typical. Figures. And the other one is here, so between these rocks. There we go. And it's another gunpowder. Oh, crap. Oh, I'm in all sorts of trouble here. Come on, boys. See, now I've got the other quest, which tells me where the stronghold barrel is. That ship's gone. Where has he gone then? Ow! That's what you don't want to do. Don't wave your sword near your powder keg. Oh. So for the purposes of this video, and actually just generally, I am not even in the slightest bit interested in the fact that I lost that gunpowder keg. I'm not even all that interested in turning these in. The only thing that I'm interested in, for the purposes of reputation gain in particular, is this last, which is on Cannon Cove. I can see that from here. So that's right on Cannon Cove, at the crisscross of that path just up from the jetty. And Cannon Cove is not a million miles from here. There it is, right ahead of me. And I'll try and get on the jetty on the other side. There. I mean, I guess I could come ashore here, but that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in here, the cove, the jetty. So that's what we're going to do. It's Cannon Cove, very, very close. You can see it from here. Cannon Cove is one of the easiest islands to spot from the water because it has that sort of cannon-shaped rock formation, which is much easier to see from the other side than it is here. And even easier still when the textures are probably drawn in, but there you go. Don't need to adjust the sails for direction because that is the direction we're going to be turning anyway. So we're going to be turning into the wind rather than turning the sails into the wind. So there you go. Turn them a bit, I guess, and really get full. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. Now, unsurprisingly, there are cannons on Cannon Cove. So, you know, you probably get fired at by Skellywigs. But apparently one of the balance adjustments that they've turned down is that the skeletons on cannons. Skeletons on islands are less accurate with cannons and take longer to return after being killed, which is a good thing because they were, I wouldn't say they were deadly accurate before. There are some balance changes that I understand and some that don't make as much sense to me, but I think that's true of any player. It kind of depends how you play and what your strengths are. You know, when I'm playing against the AI, I mean, everyone's saying, oh, it's impossible to defeat, you know. They've rebalanced Megalodons so that people on sloops with only one player and that, you know, depending on crew size, have an easier time to defeat Megalodons. But honestly, for all that I suck at close quarters combat in this, Megalodons and Krakens in this game, I've never really had that much problem with dealing with by myself. I do what a lot of players don't when I come across a Megalodon or a Kraken, and that is to drop the anchor. That's the first thing I do. Because as long as you keep on top of as long as you're prepared to sit it out and you keep on top of stuff, keep on top of, you know, the holes in your ship and stuff like that, there really isn't any reason at all why you can't drop the anchor and keep on top of the damage that a Megalodon or a Kraken does. You just got to be careful to know what to do and when to go below. You know, when a Kraken attacks you, it starts doing this, you can see wind blowing across you, this black sort of wind lines, you know, when it's really sucking, it's trying to suck you off the ship. Then you just go below. Well, that's what I've heard people say you can hang onto a ladder or a cannon and stuff like that, but I've never noticed that work. I don't know, I always go below, and then this never seems to get me, but, you know. It depends on your sort of skill level, but you can, in between the attacks, if you're prepared to make the battle take the time that it needs, defeating Megalodons and Kraken's not really that difficult. You've got to just be careful that the Kraken doesn't pick you up off the ship, so always go below when you know that the wind's there. Don't shoot it up at close range with a pistol because you'll just get inked and you'll lose health. And for the Megalodon, make sure when the Megalodon charges, you aren't on the deck. Because if you are, you get like knocked off the ship and then the ship will sink by the time you get back and you're just doomed. So, you know, there are things that you want to be careful to do. You just have to sort of watch what you're doing, really. But it's all perfectly fine. Right. Reel the sails in. Drop the anchor. Flip the ship around, so we didn't have enough momentum there because we were going too slowly, but now we raise the anchor. The sails are up, so the ship won't move, it'll just turn around. Ready to go when I'm ready to go. And there's Golden Sands over there, so that's where we're going to be going. You can hear the creak of the ship sometimes when you're on shallows like this. In a sloop can obviously get further in than the brig, or the galleon would be able to anyway. But you can hear the creak, but as long as, you know, you're not sort of hammering straight at it, it's not going to do any damage to your ship, so there's no need to worry about it. We're only here for the one item. You see. We are only here for this chest. So that is at the crisscross of these paths coming away from the jetty. So we're going to follow that path round the corner. That's somewhere around about here. Or not. There we go. Third time's a charm. There you go. Now I got my 10 doubloons now, so I'm not that bothered. Even if I don't sell this, it's not the end of the world if I don't manage to. But if you can sell the stronghold barrel you really, really want to, with whatever faction you're sort of most hoping to. Here come the skillywigs, and we don't want to get shot by one of those while we're carrying this. So let's go under the ship, shall we? There we go. So I've got the commendation, black powder, smuggler, the shores of plenty, and of course there are others to do. I'm going to go to the other side of the ship, because if that skeleton's got a gun, I don't want him firing at me while I'm carrying a bad enough when you're carrying a regular powder keg, but when you're carrying a stronghold powder keg, that's a whole lot of grief you don't want. Now, there you go. We've got 2 regular gunpowder barrels and a stronghold gunpowder barrel. It goes without saying that if a cannon hits the side of my ship or a lightning strike goes through the deck and detonates any of those now, I'm probably just never, ever gonna, you know... I mean, it's the 50th anniversary of Apollo moon landing, Apollo 11 this year. But I'll be seeing the moon for myself if one of those goes off while I'm aboard the ship. I don't think I'll come down in this lifetime. There's Golden Sands. Let's just go there. Sanctuary is not far off being as close. Sanctuary outpost over there. Oh, but there's a skeleton ship there, so... skeleton ships, again, once you know how to deal with them, they don't cause as much trouble. You know, I've been sunk like many times by skeleton ships. You know, it is easy to get killed by a skeleton ship, but if you have a gunpowder barrel aboard and you're prepared to sort of jump ship and go and take it aboard their ship, that's pretty much game over for them. It just depends what happens to your ship in the meantime. So, you know, we will see. No, I've been server kicked. Just as I reached Golden Sands outpost. Just as I reached the outpost, I've been server kicked. There you go. Anyway, first thing I want to take is this stronghold gunpowder barrel. It's not really bothered about the other two. If I don't get them, you get virtually nothing for them. So I'm going to test this theory again with a stronghold gunpowder barrel. I'm not going to give it to the Merchants Alliance. I'm going to give it to the people who I need the most reputation gain with, and I believe that is the Order of Salt. Douche. 3,486 gold. Yep, push me over to level 36. How can I be this low down, you're asking yourself, in the reputation when I've been playing this game for a year? Well, easily done. For a lot of that year of playing the game, I was making videos of another sort, and I wasn't concentrating too hard on leveling. I just really wasn't. I was enjoying playing the game. I wasn't really concentrating that hard on leveling. I was experimenting with different things. I don't think we can drop these off. Oh, we can. Okay. You know, I was experimenting with different things and different ships and you know, trying to get different crews together and just having fun and making fun videos out there on the seas. Just having a bit of a giggle, really. And also, an awful lot of people, of course, have used the many doubloons that they've gained over that time. Many doubloons that they've gained, not just the gold, but the doubloons that they've gained doing other things. To purchase levels, but of course I've never done that because stupidly I wasn't really bothered about the levels. So when I got doubloons, like now for example I got 147 doubloons, when I got doubloons before, you know, for doing lots and lots of different things. Let's see what things that I did. So I did, you know, Shrouded Spoils we've been doing, Forsaken Shores, I got all the commendations for that. I got half the commendations for Cursed Cruise. I got almost all the commendations when they did the Cursed Sails event, because I thought it was awesome, you know, sinking skeleton ships. And, you know, I got doubloons for all of these The Sunken Curse, I've only been getting, like, because there's no doubloons left to be paid out on that, but there are in the Bilge Rat advent. You know, in the Bilge Rats have got... Look, Shrouded Spoils, there's doubloons for this now, I think. Is it for mermaids? I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, and for Krakens and Megalodons and stuff like that, and of course, like most people, the only Megalodon I haven't killed is the Shrouded Ghost. Stupid thing. And I will soon get I only need to defeat another one Kraken to get that. But, yeah, so, you know, I've been in and out, but I took massive breaks for, like, Just Cause 4 and Red Dead Redemption 2 and Fallout 76. So from, like... Ooh, I don't know, October, I came back in. I remember we must have stopped in September because we came back in October just briefly to do the Festival of Damned for a few days, and that was it. I didn't play really Sea of Thieves again until March, April, I think. March, coming up to April. So yeah, I say I've been playing it for a year, but certainly not constantly. But now I am trying to level, so... You know, I can be taken seriously when I do my ultimate review of this game, which there will eventually be. Sorry about that. Folks, I was the victim of a ghastly ghost galleon attack there, so I just kind of had to deal with that. I was in the middle of sort of doing a goodbye thing and signing off, but I just had to deal with that and then come back. So I came back to one of my favourite places, Smuggler's Bay. It's one of my favourite islands. I love being able to pull into this little bay when you're not getting shot at by that cannon up there. And this is, of course, one of the places where we started this video, so I figured this is, you know, where we'd finish off. And then I'll be on my way and go and do some more sort of jolly voyages, you know. But, you know, this has been it's just a brief sort of introduction to the Black Powder stashes. I've just done the Black Powder Smugglers runs. I haven't showed you the Reapers runs because, you know, there are going to be dozens of videos. They're already just within a few hours. I noticed there are quite a few guides out there, which is why I specified that this wasn't going to be a guide. But, you know, we'll be back to Outer Wilds and various other things. There'll be other videos coming up besides just Let's Plays shortly, I hope. But, you know, until then, you can follow me on Twitter at knights_arcade. If you want to do the whole Twitter thing, there's no saying that you have to do Twitter. If you're not interested in Twitter, it doesn't interest you at all, and this is the only sort of form of social media, or the only place you want to follow me in any way, leave a like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. But until next time, from Knights Arcade, this is Sleepless Night saying nighty-night. Sundae, did I ever tell you about the time that myself and Calico Jack escaped from a Navy ship by pretending to be dolphins? Trust me, I says to Rackham, just strip down to your bare arse and flop around on the floor making clicking noises as loudly as you can. They'll never know the difference. Worked like a charm. The captain comes in, takes one look at me, shakes his head, and orders me released back to the ocean. And I would have swum away to safety had the silly old sods not tied me up before throwing me overboard. That might have been the end of me had a shark not nibbled through the ropes, asking nothing in return but a couple of me toes. Come to think of it, Jack never did escape. He just points at me and tells the Navy boys I was mad. Well, we showed him, eh, Sunday?